Hello ladies and gentlemen, SeKo Starcraft bringing you some games from the DreamHack series, the winter tournament. This is going to be two amazing players, Jaedong up here in the top left versus Innovation in the bottom right. I can't actually remember if I watched this series live, so I'm actually extra excited to go through this again here. Bring out some more of these top pro results. And we'll see what happens here. I like the cool little layout they have for these tournaments sometimes. Now, Jaedong has really been kind of slowly getting towards the pinnacle there. I mean, he's gotten so many second place this year. He did take first place in Ageless Rog, I believe. Obviously, one of the top players, but he was just still a little shy of those titles. So, tournaments like DreamHack were some of the last chances he had this year to try and pull out some sort of win. Innovation, on the other hand, still being the top player that he is, still wants to stay at that kind of pinnacle amount. He ended up losing to, Bomber and Tasia and a couple of different matches here. So he's kind of wants to reclaim that undisputed #1 Terran position. We'll see what kind of strategies these guys have in mind now. Belshir Vestige. It's not the best map to try to go for a command center first on normally, because it's pretty common to be able to just go and bum rush people on it. So I'm not seeing too often people go for that. The 6 pool, and Jaedong's not necessarily known for his cheese play, but he's definitely somebody capable of mixing in something just a little bit different in order to, put people, might as well bring up the names and stuff. There we go. Put people a little bit, on tilt. This is a best of 3 series, so sometimes going for something a little bit crazier in game 1 just gives you that opportunity to be a little funky. It is going to be a Reaper opening here from the Terran. It's a great map for the Reaper opening. That Reaper will let you scout, keep you safe, and let you know what's going to happen in case there is some sort of all-in, and then you can easily expand even on the low ground behind that. We'll see. Jaedong doesn't even have there's his pool. Let's say his pool should be coming here soon. Reaper's already on the way, so we'll see if it's going to be able to get any kills before the Queens are out to drive that away. Interesting rally path, drop off your minerals, then go build. This Overlord's going to come in here and see kind of what's going on, and it's such an aggressive place for that Overlord. It's such a knowledge that his opponent is going to be going Reaper, because if it was, say, a 2 Marine opening, you'd be able to, come down here, do a lot of damage, and run around and keep it pinned and really get that Overlord killed off. So it just shows that Jaedong is pretty confident what his opponent's going to open up with in this matchup. Pool still a bit off finished. Did see that Reaper come out, so he's not going to transfer any workers, obviously. They would just die. Pool finishes, 4 lings and 2 queens. Immediately wants to be able to get out the numbers he needs to defend. He's probably going to have to pull some drones just to make sure that he doesn't lose any here. Ooh, kind of slick. Now he's going to try and chase down these already beat up drones. Gets 1. The other one's going to need 2 or 3 hits, so it's not likely he's going to be able to get that. So 1 kill on the Reaper. Nothing too crazy. But now that it's off creep, there's a little bit more opportunity to get in a bit more damage. 6 lings actually out in total here. Kills 1 ling. Queen is out now. And the Overlord's in the perfect position to be able to see if that Reaper is going anywhere. Did we get a second Reaper while we're doing this? No, we didn't. Looks like it was just the one. Then going straight into teching up. Not even any other Marines. And this Overlord's sitting right here next to where that reactor is. Just knowing what the plan is going to be. It's such a standard play right now. And these kind of maps to just go for that. 1, perhaps 2 Reapers. Sometimes leaving your lings right over here is a good spot. Your queen can then stay on creep and defend better. And then your lings can surround any type of Reaper jump ups that may happen. Jaedong's amazing as creep spread, so we'll see what his plans are for that. We're actually going to get a faster starport here. I was wondering if we're going to see a command center next before that was going to happen. But it looks like he might be going for maybe even a Banshee follow-up here, which would be kind of slick. Doesn't have a lot of gas kicking around just yet. Banshees are just obviously good pushing units in the early game. The only thing that's going to shoot at them are their queens. So if you do go for some sort of push, mix them in with a lot of your hellions. Yes, those things are called hellions, Sean. Thanks, brain. Big pile of lings. Speed is finished. I don't know. I want to believe. Well, didn't get too much accomplished with that, but that might force Innovation to want to stay at home for a little bit here. Maybe wait for a few more just to make sure. That's actually just going to be a Viking coming out to look for any of the overlords. Was it going to be a Banshee out there? No. He just wanted to get out to that one, the Viking. See if he sees this guy. He should. He's gonna... Nope. That's a really unfortunate pickup if he doesn't grab that. But there are lots of overlords out on the map right now that could potentially be sniped by this Viking. Third base is on the way. Jaedong probably feels a lot more confident now with his lings. It'd be nice if I split them up across both watchtowers in case the Terran does go. The next logical place the Terran is going to check is the third base. And is he going to come right into the vision here? Okay. The mechanics are all screwed up on this version, so what do you want from me? This queen would get roasted very quickly if these lings aren't in position. Might actually lose a few drones as well. Did scout that base, won't commit to it. He probably could have committed to it, but he doesn't really want to lose all of this. It is pretty important to him keeping any type of map control and not getting pinned into his base, where he likely will want to take a faster third. Moving into a standard bio composition now. Using the factory just essentially to make add-ons until he is comfortable with getting those widow mines in a high enough production. Trying to spend a little bit more time on ladder recently. By a little bit more, I mean I played 3 games today, and that's the most I played this week. And it was really more about me just taking some opportunity to try some different builds. Most of my play, I've noticed, and when you look at pros, say like Innovation almost always has a standard play that he makes. And he just does it better than most people can. So he'll just beat most of those people. And we'll see if that's the case here. He just goes and will just run over people over and over again until, you know, eventually he breaks them down. But it's always a fairly standard kind of build timings and worked out, and that's what the pro level of gaming really is. On the other side, where I think about, was about to go for a drop there. Might still do it with just a few less Marines. That's really cute. Maybe he'll land his Viking and kill it? No. But my builds, I was about to say there, generally are these, did he not see? Yeah, he must have seen it. Are not polished, precise, practiced techniques and mechanics. It's just mostly very straightforward, what's going to get the job done. Just getting any little advantage you can here. It's a good point about having control. You can sometimes get in a bit of damage. Targets down 1 muta, loses a medevac. Is his boost not ready? Oh boy, that was really close. Units kind of patrolling on this side, about to run into a bad day potentially. Is Innovation paying attention? Just about. No. There's enough here. I think he might have been able to tangle with that actually. Nice detonations. Target down the medevacs with the mutalisks. The medevac count, so important to the Terrans in the early stages, is actually going to get in a pretty good trade here. We might actually clean this whole thing up. Detection is now in place. He needs to get speed for those overseers. Handful of lings just in here to deny this. I like the split up of attention here. Allows Jaedong to get as much damage in as possible without giving up his momentum at this point. He's got a lot of momentum right now. Jaedong's somebody that's going to instantly know when he's got that opportunity and when to push for it. Tons of banelings coming in. There's nothing really in place for the Terran to deal with this. There's no widow mines out yet. There's still a few seconds away from popping. I expected him to maybe set those banelings into the worker line here. Go for their guaranteed damage, but maybe he's just, oh, there's more of them. And there's the GG. Really good smooth opening from Jaedong in that first game. Shutting down that drop at the top was really important for him. That gave him a ton of momentum, shut down a lot of units. And just building those extra lings at the beginning of the game allowed him to just take that map control away from the Terran, see those drops, and then deny that third. Great opening game from Jaedong. It is a best of 3. We'll see if Innovation can bring it back in our next game.